All right, so now we talked about the testosterone response in women. So now, one of the things that we need to understand, come over onto page 77 with me, and I just want to highlight a couple more things about testosterone. Okay? Again, going back to where we were talking about the nervous system. Testosterone might have a role in nervous system development in long-term training due to the nervous system being highly active. God bless you. Some studies have shown greater resistance training adaptations when the training program is acutely elevated. So what we know is whenever we work out, and I keep referring to this part of the boards, y'all know what I'm talking about over here in the phosphagen system, okay? You guys, when we do things powerfully and we do things explosively, it causes our central nervous system to react, which then sends the message to the messengers to come and get the job done, which sends the message to the receptors, that all of a sudden the receptors get met what they needed, and then all of a sudden it's going directly into the cell membrane, and it is either building muscle or it is tearing down muscle, because the body will respond to whatever you ask it to. And people say, I never asked my body to be catabolic. Yeah, you did. Think about what you're doing. Because everything that you do, your body has a reaction to it, without a doubt. Okay? And over in this right-hand column, you guys, it appears that resistance exercise training ultimately increases androgen receptor content. You guys, if you want to build more receptors, you got to Fab5 train. So look at me like this. You go like this. Receptors, 5 train. Build receptors, 5 train. Build receptors, Fab5. Build receptors, Fab5. You guys, you want to have thousands and thousands of hungry receptors. Because what do hungry receptors signal the glands to do? Make more product. Remember, supply and demand. Okay? So your receptors are demanding more supply. And it's a beautiful thing. So if you're not stimulating these receptors to continually make more and make more and make more, the body won't make more and make more. Okay? So do we love testosterone? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. So now let's start to talk a little bit about my next favorite hormone, and that would be growth hormone. Hey, remind me where growth hormone comes from. Say it.
Pituitary.
Where?
Pituitary.
Where? Pituitary gland. Very nice. So come over here onto page 78. Now, here's what we know. Did you wake up this morning and say, I am thankful for my pituitary gland? After you made up your bed, I'm thankful for my pituitary gland. Now, what I can tell by looking at every beautiful face in the room is that all of you have very normal pituitary glands. And I know that simply because all of you have reached a status where you made it through puberty. Someone say, thank God. You made it through puberty and you have reached your adult normal stature. So, you know, we're all different shapes and sizes, but you're still with all in normal adult size stature. So here's where we start to talk about is growth hormone is important for the normal development of a child, but it also appears to play a vital role. Now, what kind of role did I just say?
Vital.
What kind?
Vital.
What kind?
Vital.
Okay, so should we listen to that? So it plays a vital role in adapting to the stress of resistance training. A study by McCall and his colleagues found that a positive correlation between growth hormone and muscle fiber hypertrophy for 20 weeks of resistance training. So here's what we know. After 20 weeks of resistance training, okay, guys, you know how we start to say it takes 5 or 6 months to really start to see some things happening. But after 20 weeks of a well-designed Fab5 training program, your pituitary gland will start to let you build muscle more efficiently and effectively due to this increased rate of growth hormone. And you know what you've probably also done? Remember, these are connected. You've signaled your body to make more testosterone. Now it's signaling make more growth hormone. So you are starting to see muscular hypertrophy. Now, you are going to see it in the beginning. But what kind of people are you?
Smart people.
Okay. Of all the body systems that arrive on the scene first to create change, what comes first? The nervous system adaptations are always going to come first. Then you will start to see some hypertrophy. Then if you couple that with great fuel, you can really start to see some things moving and growing. Yes?
So it's vital to what? It's vital to
Muscle hypertrophy.
hypertrophy, okay.
Vital to muscle hypertrophy. I'm telling you, it's a vital role in adapting to the stress of muscle hypertrophy. So here's what that means. If we will focus on staying anabolic through muscle hypertrophy, we don't really even have to worry about this, as long as we're paying attention to the little things. Now, how many of you that train pretty hard have ever started to notice when you yourself might have made a little bit of a catabolic shift? Tell us about it. What did it feel like? Go for it.
Like you can't gain anything, like you can't get better.
You're just kind of stuck all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Or if not only stuck, you're what? You're losing that power and that strength. You guys, these are those things that we have to talk about. So what was happening during that overtraining cycle, all of a sudden we become more catabolically dominant. So all of a sudden, think about what happens. You start building catabolic receptors. And if you stay and you keep doing that, you keep building more catabolic receptors. Over on the flip side, your anabolic receptors are saying, remember how we talked about insulin receptors on Tuesday? Okay, so your anabolic receptors are no longer open and vibrant because these stinking catabolic receptors are. So what we have to do is we have to shift that back around again. Now, on game day and on some quiz days, one of the next things, or on scrimmage days, you guys, we're going to need to know some things about growth hormone. In that right-hand column of page 78, it lists all these fabulous things that growth hormone does. You guys, here's what's interesting. Growth hormone is so amazing because it really affects glucose in the body. And we know that glucose is a quick energy builder. You guys, you'll be jumping into your glucose right here after you go through your phosphagen system. The minute that you run out of ATP, you're passing the baton to straight on glucose. So look what glucose can do. You guys, it can decrease glucose utilization. Now listen, that sounds like it's a bad thing, but it's not. It's almost like it's saving it for when you really need it so that you can be your most efficient and effective. And then what it does is it also says that it decreases glycogen synthesis. Again, that sounds like a negative thing for it to do. However, if we are decreasing glycogen synthesis, we're actually being more efficient with the glycogen that we have. So it's using what we have before it's creating more, all because your pituitary gland said, hey, let's take care of this. Okay? You guys, look, it increases amino acid transport across the cell membrane. So because of growth hormone, I can take these amino acids and I can get them in the cell to do their job. It's a beautiful thing. You guys, it increases protein synthesis. It increases fatty acids utilization. It increases lipolysis. Now what lipolysis sounds like a fancy schmancy word. What's lipolysis?
Making lipase.
Okay. love it that y'all were learning. Okay, so here's the thing. It's capturing that lipase,
Embrace it.
and it's actually sending it into the fat cells and letting them use it more efficiently and effectively. You guys, your pituitary gland, it says, hey lipase, get your ace in gear and make sure this happens. Okay? Let's utilize this fat. Let's utilize this fat. Okay? You guys, it increases the availability of both glucose and amino acids. It increases collagen synthesis. What's collagen? Do we know what collagen is?
It's not in the skin.
You have a lot of it in your body, just so you know. It's in cartilage. I mean, it's part of cartilage. Okay, so let's go on a little mind tour. All right, pretend like, has anyone ever seen either like a beehive or a honeycomb? Yes or no? Yes? Can you mentally see that in your brain? Okay, well, let's just say that all of a sudden the bees moved away and the honey is gone, and you're left with this matrix of what would be the structural network of that. Kind of like little octagon-shaped things all coming together. Say got it when you got it. Okay. That's what collagen is in your body. Collagen is the matrix of structure in your body. There's collagen in your muscles, there's collagen in your skin, there's collagen in your connective tissue, there's collagen in your fingernails, there's collagen in your hair. Now, collagen is sort of a cool thing right now. A lot of people are taking collagen as a supplement. I'm not a huge supplement person, but I have had someone supply me with some collagen to sample. I am actually next week going to start taking some supplemental collagen to see how it feels. I'm sort of suffering right now with a chronic Achilles tendon issue that I can't seem to rebound from. One of the things that they were saying is, you know, if we can help boost that collagen in that Achilles tendon, maybe we can get you running again. I'm at a point now where every single time I go run, I can't walk for 3 days after it. It's kind of funny. I'm actually am more comfortable. Hey, if I've got an Achilles tendon, what kind of people are?
Smart people.
Okay. If I'm having an Achilles tendon issue, why am I really more comfortable wearing high heels than wearing flats? Yeah. Okay. So that's me. I'm intentionally trying to slowly stretch that. But when we think about that, that's collagen. That's that connective tissue. And let's face facts. You tend to lose collagen the older that you get. So that's when we start to see collagen supplementations. I've seen it in pill form. The one that I was given was in a powder form. It also really has, I think it has 13 grams of protein and collagen all in one serving. So I don't publicize for brands, but I'm willing to see if it's going to help. At this point in time, I would do just about anything to get my Achilles tendon straightened out. You know, if you want to put a witch doctor spell on it, if you want to, like pray for me, I'd even be okay with that. So.